At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
The court is in session. Good day to you. Hope you are having a good day so far. It's all about, my court cases today. Docket kind of empty, but we're going to make it work. We're going to start off with this whole hoopla when it comes to these measures that the prosecutor and the police have put into place. And also we have to talk about the fights that is happening. I know that you want to hear what the court is thinking about that, this aggression, this recent aggression that we have. So let's begin. All right. The police force of St. Martin had to issue a little bit more stricter rules when it comes to the jump ups. The reason why is because of the recent fights that's been happening. Now, there is this video that was circulating. We're gonna ask Pete, the clerk Pete, to put it up on the screen so that you can see what's happening. So there you see, jump up is happening, and this little boy is getting boxed the hell out of. I don't understand. You seeing it? I don't get it, but yeah. I don't know. And everybody's saying, yeah, Andrew, but you don't know the story. Any story with the police just manhandling this little boy? I don't want to hear it. But in any case, the police had to issue some stricter measures in order to control these public events because they had stabbings, shooting incidents, injuries, for the jump up that recently took place last week. This week they have one again, the around town jump up. Let's hope that that goes good. That's this evening, Friday evening, I believe. So yeah. Now, according to the police, they said the St. Martin Police Force announces measures in aiming and ensuring the safety and security of all participants in and attendees during the Carnival festivities. Following careful coordination with the prosecutor office, it has been decided that individuals wearing masks during jump-up events will be issued warnings to remove them. Failure to comply with the directive may result in a fine of $150. This measure is implemented to mitigate potential risk and enhance public safety during the Carnival celebration. First of all, we are a guild nation. I find that the police is bold and out of order to say $150. We are a guilder nation. Tell me the price in guilders. Don't be telling me how much it is in dollars, about $150. And who come up with $150? Why $150? Why? Why not 75? Why not 20? Why not 50? What makes you say, you know what? $150 if you don't listen to me and I tell you to take off your mask. Mind you, let me tell you the origin of this whole mask situation. Besides people robbing, carjacking, people kidnapping, doing all kind of craziness when it comes to the mask, in St. Martin culture, and I need you to just come closer, put up the volume a little bit so that you can hear properly. We kind of shame when it comes to us being on the road and we being kind of well known, or sometimes we might have a little, a side chick or a side man or a side thing. These days you have to be careful. And you don't want to be recognized. So you Spider-Man it. What does Spider-Man mean? You cover your whole damn face. That way you don't know who it is and you get to misbehave. You get to be another person. You get to be, I don't know, young again. And for those young, they get to not get in trouble. So it's a way of hiding their identity because there could be something in this small community that we have. It's trifling. It's kind of it's kind of two-faced, but the whole identity thing, and you cover up your identity, is because you don't want to get shamed. Because that's one thing about St. Martin. We don't say nothing, but we watching. We see you. It's like when we see somebody woman or somebody man on the road at some spot or some event, and all we just do is watch them and go like, mm-mm. So nobody's seeing them. She married. She ain't a man. She ain't a woman. Is that another man? Is that another woman? What are they doing? Mm-mm. That is definitely not the way to act as a lawyer, or that is definitely not the way to act as a politician. That is definitely not the way to act like a banker. But she ain't a waitress. But wait, she don't go to church? She ain't a church girl. But church girl is going to get on so bad. Ah, your Lord, look at the, your Lord. No, I just taking a selfie of me. Snap, snap, snap. This ain't your woman, partner. Now, Randy, this ain't your woman. St. Martin is savage when it comes to that. Or, hey, I see a woman and jump up, getting back shot left, right, and center, 10 man. She ain't got kids at home. What's going on? So, the mask covers the identity for you to whore in peace. I can't believe I say that out loud. So you could, do your thing in peace. You don't have to have no explanation. And then when somebody say, but that look like you can say, no, that ain't me. You ever think I go wear a mask? I go wear a mask? You know that's not me. Yeah, that was you. So that's the whole origin of the mask. They use it to cover their identity, and now you are completely taking that away, KPSM. And I think St. Martin people will still take the risk and pay the $150 because it's not worth getting caught. Therefore, once they get caught, they're gonna be like, yeah, no problem. Cash, maestro, swipe, what we doing? Because I no, I don't want to take it off. No, I gotta pay $150 and I'll keep it on the whole carnival. Leave me alone. Okay, now that I give you the origin, let me continue with this story. So, in light of safety concern, previous jump ups, they will not be going through Front Street. No one cares. St. Martin Police Force emphasizes that several press releases have been issued regarding safety measures, prevent situations similar to those witnessed during the Causeway jump up. Yeah. So, are you basically traumatized the police for Causeway? And now that oil traumatized them, they are making things a little bit more difficult for you and saying, you know what, zero tolerance, and they will be issuing $150 fines. And if, of course, they find you fighting, you're going to have to pay or stay. Yeah? Okay. I still giving a whole a low passing grade for KPSM for this $150. $150 according to who? And why you telling people about dollars when we just deal with guilders in St. Martin? Don't go. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to do a reaction video. Yay! Now, of course, every judge deals with things differently, and there are some things that happen internationally that sometimes you pay attention to. So we're gonna go and check it out, and these are the top 10 funniest moments caught on camera. Pete, we ready? All right, let's begin. So what we're gonna do is we're going to look at these top 10 funny court moments, and you get my reaction in real time. Let's go, Pete.
Presiding over a bond hearing. The defendant, Calvin Lloyd Griffith, allegedly broke into a local school and stole an employee's car. Griffith was arrested and is here on charges of grand theft, burglary, and trespassing. He also violated his probation from a previous car theft.
Calvin Lloyd Griffith Jr. on page 12. Good morning. Mr. Griffin is charged with burglary, petty theft, grand theft of a vehicle, and trespass. He's on probation.
He's on probation, Your Honor.
What? He just said I in court?
To cut Griffith's mic off to prevent him from talking over everyone.
Makes sense.
Okay. You're Calvin Griffin?
Mr. Senator has the button pressed.
Oh, okay.
As Judge Pooler continues looking over the paperwork, Griffith continues to try to get the attention of the judge.
Okay, let's see.
But with Judge Pooler unable to hear Griffith, he decides to try a different approach.
Wait, Pete. Hold on. The man just started dance in open court? What the hell is this? Ma, you try to hear them Dutch fellas going to tell you, nee hoor, we doen dat niet hier. Nee. Bring hem terug naar Point Blanche. The sentence alone you would get. You're lucky that this American system, they're a little more lenient.
Not impressed with Griffith's twerking abilities, the judge moves on with the case.
State is requesting that Your Honor set the bond, but reset the case in division tomorrow because his actions violate his probation.
Judge Pooler agrees with the state attorney and sets Griffith's bond at $18,500.
That's not guiltless for sure.
There's a stay-away order from Miami Edison Senior High. If you should get out, do not go back there. You're not a student anymore. Okay? Thank you for coming in.
As the judge moves on to the next, less entertaining defendant, Judge Pooler looks back fondly on her time with Calvin Griffith.
When's the last guy to come back and teach us how to dance?
Yeah, he danced.
Pretty smooth guy.
You see the man twerking?
All right, Nelson Walker. There you go.
Next, we're in Miami-Dade County, where Nelson Walker is charged with a crime where the evidence may be, as they say in the law, in plain view.
Okay.
All right, you're charged with stealing a Dolphin jersey.
Judge Ward seems a bit suspicious of the situation, and when she begins asking Walker about the Dolphins jersey he's wearing, he's got an answer.
Oh, let me hear it.
No?
No, ma'am. It's so on that, and I ain't took no jersey. I ain't took no jersey.
Walker first insists the Dolphins jersey he's wearing is not the one he allegedly stole.
This ain't the one, y'all.
Oh, that's the next one probably.
It's so on that, and I ain't took no jersey. I ain't took no jersey.
The judge then turns to the public defender for his take. But he decides to raise an issue regarding an inconsistency on the police report.
Public defender?
As to Mr. Walker, respectfully, Your Honor, going to be raising probable cause.
He's wearing the shirt.
As to this big felony, because the allegations are an observation of observing the defendant and co-defendant put on a dolphin hats. The officer says A and then says hats, so there's an issue as to whether it's two hats or one hat.
Walker seems on board with the public defender's approach.
The officer says A and then says hats, so there's an issue as to
He's wearing a Dolphins shirt.
Despite the semantics issue, the judge orders Walker, who has 29 prior felonies on his record, held on $5,000 bond. Weeks later, Miami-Dade prosecutors declined to press charges against Walker, and he's released. But the judge did order Walker to stay away from the Dolphin Stadium.
At least he get a shirt.
Team play in person is punishment enough.
At least he get a shirt. What else?
Next, we're in the Broward County Bond Court in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead now.
Mr. Shanus, Abraham Arthur Shanus, and I have been legally divorced for 31 years,
Okay.
and I have the papers to prove it.
This is 80-year-old Dolores Shinus. She landed herself in jail for resisting arrest after violating a restraining order filed by her ex-husband.
We both resided at 20 Bend, and he paid for the apartment entirely.
Okay.
His assumption is because he paid for the apartment, he's entitled to do as he pleases.
I can't get in the middle of who owns the apartment.
I know, that's not the point.
My
The point I'm
is,
telling you,
I need to keep you away from it.
I
All right?
haven't bothered him for 31 years. Why would I bother him now?
Rather than actually getting up in arms, Judge John Hurley decides to release Shinus on a personal recognizance bond, so long as she agrees to stay away from her ex-husband.
You are not allowed to call him, text him, email him. You are to stay 500 feet from him at all times. That's where he lives, where he works, anywhere in between. Ma'am, you're getting a second chance on this case.
The woman 80 years old though.
Like keeping an 80-year-old woman in the jail who has no criminal record.
Exactly.
But this is your second warning. Don't go at him again.
I swear to God and all that's Tony on a stack of Bibles, I will never go near him, talk to him, call him, or
What was
even
the
look
first
at him.
thing you were going to swear on besides the Bibles?
all that's holy.
What?
I don't remember.
Oh.
What?
All that's holy.
Oh, that's what?
It's all that's holy. Yeah.
Oh, walnut's holy, yes, sir. I didn't recognize your twang.
The senior's sassy remark catches Judge Hurley off guard.
Ma'am, have you ever thought of doing a stand-up routine? Have you ever thought of that?
I said, well, if you pay me good money, sweetheart, I'll be there. I'm really short of money.
Ma'am, I got to tell you something. You seem like you have a great wit about you.
I do, sir.
Yeah, so
I mean, sweetheart, that's the only thing I have.
I've been called sweetheart in this courtroom.
Does that mean you're taking me for breakfast?
Yo.
Let me ask you something, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
How have I done as a judge today? So far, how am I doing?
Not bad, but you could do better.
I agree.
With the case already wrapped up, the only thing the judge, the public defender, and all the other inmates are waiting for is one final punchline.
I gotta tell you, you brighten my day, ma'am. All right?
That's what the last guy said.
Yes, sir. In the bag. Let her go. Free her up. Free her up. I love it. I love it. I love it. And the thing is, right? She break parole. Well, not parole, but the restraining order. She should get some lessons from Olivier, because he's wanted for, violating a restraining order. Oh, The court is in session. We're going to go to a break when we come back. More funny moments from international news.
Hi guys, it's Jimmy Sachs. It's always an honor to be with St. Martin. My first two performances at Roxy Beach were epic. We recorded the hit single Smile. Second time we did Time. My third and final performance will be on March 23. St. Martin, I promise you, you don't want to miss this one. See you on March 23 at Roxy Beach. All the best, Jimmy Sachs.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm fine. Just calling to say hi.
Oh, okay. We got over here.
Girl, I hear watching this movie and it.
But, Mom, you finished all your minutes yet?
No, girl. Talem has new postpaid plans and automatically upgraded my postpaid package.
Is that so?
Guess what? I am getting more minutes and almost double the amount of data for the same price.
I guess I'm making a switch now.
Let me call you back, Mom.
Hey, Tash, you hear about Telem new postpaid plans?
All right, let's continue the court session. We back. All right. Before that, we did funny court videos. Let me switch it up a little bit and go into the crazy court moments, because in the Dutch system they really don't get that much of it, because it's pretty, very strict and so on. You get a little bit, but nothing so like elaborate than the United States. They remain undefeated, and there were some crazy moments that when I saw these clips I was like, whoa. Take a look.
Saying pull the trigger to kill your son, you know, masturbates to memory.
You just gave me 40 years, sir. Yes. You just gave me 40 years. Well, guess what? So
This is Jaleel Smith Riley, who is facing charges for murder in Michigan. Smith Riley was involved in an armed robbery on November 16, 2013, in Norwood, where he and two other men approached a parked car. Inside the parked car was 20-year-old Portia Brooks and her boyfriend, Aaron Martin. Smith Riley knocked on the window with a handgun and forced Martin, who was in the passenger seat, out of the car. Jaleel then proceeded to go through Aaron's pockets and demanded his cash. Once Jaleel had taken every dollar Aaron had, he then took his life with a shot to the head, causing permanent brain damage. However, Jaleel wasn't done there. Right after shooting Aaron, he then leaned into the car and fired at Brooks, who was sitting in the car, twice. And she died 3 days later. Fortunately, Martin survived the shooting, but sustained serious injury. Before the judge announced the sentence that Jaleel would be facing, Portia's family got the chance to address the jury and the man who took their daughter away from them. Sharon Brooks, Portia's mother, brought the box containing her daughter's ashes to the courtroom, as she had for previous court dates. She stated that Smith Riley had ruined her life and killed her identity as a mother of three.
This is what I have left because of his greed, his selfishness, his complete disregard of and disrespect of others and life. But as you can see, I get nothing back except the reality that she is gone.
Tia Marie Brooks, Portia's sister, also spoke emotionally and requested that Smith Riley be handed the maximum sentence.
I have to deal with life without Portia, so he should deal with life without parole.
Then, Aaron, who Jaleel shot in the head, spoke to the court.
She's still here with us, and she will always be here. So she's our angel looking over us, helping us get through these hard times.
As if Smith Riley's crime was not outrageous enough, his reaction to his sentence was even more dramatic. During the trial on August 11, 2021, Smith Riley pleaded guilty to aggravated murder and attempted murder. However, he later decided to withdraw his guilty plea against the advice of his attorneys.
Well, from the beginning, this was an emotional day for the families of both of these victims, but when Smith Riley decided to reverse his plea halfway through the sentencing hearing, they were shocked, and his attorneys were too, in part because it puts the death penalty back on the table.
Prior to receiving his sentence, Jaleel was heard apologizing in court as what appeared to be a last attempt at showing remorse. Additionally, Jaleel's attorney made a final attempt at saving face.
And he knows that he can't go back in time and undo what he did.
Despite the tears and the apologies, Judge Charles Kubicki, presiding over the case in Hamilton County Common Pleas Court, denied Smith Riley's request and sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The 23-year-old monster that is currently rotting behind bars collapsed to the floor of the courtroom upon receiving his sentence. Smith Riley also received an additional sentence of 11 years for a related attempted murder charge. However bad you think Smith Riley's case was, it can't be compared to the infamous case of TJ Lane. This is TJ Lane, who's facing charges for multiple murders in Ohio. TJ Lane was a convicted American murderer who gained notoriety after committing a horrific crime at Chardon High School in Ohio. On February 27, 2012, the Ohio Police Department responded to multiple calls from teachers and students that there was an active shooter in the building.
High school, we had shots fired gunshots, multiple gunshots. 911.
Chardon High School, we need police up here. There's someone in the building with a gun.
According to police reports, Lane entered the school and headed to the cafeteria. It was here that TJ Lane opened fire and killed 3 students and severely injured 3 others. 6 people got physically harmed at the hands of TJ Lane that day, but hundreds, if not thousands of people left Chardon High School on February 27, 2012, with intangible pain that will last through eternity.
Glances of your friends laying all over the place, there's blood, there's people screaming, everybody's running in different directions, and you're just trying to get out.
I saw a kid holding a gun pointed towards a group of kids.
Do you remember the look on the gunman's face?
I never looked at his face, I just looked at the gun. I still can't think about it all because it's just so scary.
Lane's actions sent shockwaves through the community. He was swiftly apprehended and charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder, 2 counts of attempted aggravated murder, and 1 count of felonious assault. As if the murders were not bad enough, Lane showed no remorse for his actions at the trial and refused to cooperate with his attorneys. Instead, he appeared in court wearing a t-shirt with the word killer written on it, and even gave the middle finger to the victims' families. During the sentencing hearing, Lane made a shocking statement.
Saying to pull the trigger, the killer's son, masturbates to memory.
The statement caused outrage and disgust, not only among the families of the victims, but also across the entire nation. The judge presiding over the case, Judge David Fury, described Lane's behavior as heinous, unprovoked, and senseless, and sentenced him to 3 life sentences in prison without parole. Lane didn't even bat an eyelid when he heard his sentence. He remained emotionless and unremorseful. Lane's behavior and reactions were likened to that of a psychopath. However, not every convict remained emotionless after hearing their sentence, like in the case of Ryan Stone. This is Ryan Stone, who is facing charges for going on a crime splurge throughout the nation, including kidnapping and assault, all of which was captured and broadcasted live by helicopters. The chase began after Stone hijacked a car with a 4-year-old boy inside and drove off, leading police on a dangerous pursuit that lasted more than an hour. During the chase, Stone drove up to 100 miles per hour and was reckless in every regard of the word. He's seen here overtaking an innocent civilian on the highway, throwing them out of the car before carrying on in the new vehicle. But that's not all. Watch here as he exits the highway, opens the car door at full speed, then slams onto the brakes right before crashing into another car parked in an intersection. Investigators believe this was a sorry attempt at another carjacking. Stone also crashed into several other vehicles during this chase, causing numerous injuries. At one point, he even came inches from taking out a policeman who was trying to place stop sticks on the highway. He eventually crashed the stolen car and attempted to flee on foot. However, he was quickly apprehended by police and placed in a holding cell. As if Stone's actions weren't bad enough, he was caught on tape boasting about his actions to a friend who visited him in the cell.
Hey, did you know I made the news in the UK and Australia? What? Yeah, my lawyer told me I made the news in the UK and Australia. If you type in Grand Theft Auto on YouTube, my shit comes up first.
Ryan also believed that he should be compensated for his viral car chase because the news channels are using his car chase footage.
I'm going to contact Channel 7 News or have you contact Channel 7 News or somebody. You guys aren't getting paid using my name.
Stone was charged with 26 crimes involving kidnapping, motor vehicle theft, assault, and eluding police. Stone's sentencing hearing was emotional. In court, many of his victims and their families can be heard speaking about the impact of his crimes on their lives. Some spoke of physical injuries they had sustained in the crash, while others described the emotional trauma they had experienced due to the incident. Stone spoke at the hearing. He cried, expressed remorse for his actions, and apologized to his victims. Isn't it ironic that in the same week, Ryan was captured in the video on the left, laughing and boasting about his crimes, and on the other video on the right, he's seen crying and begging for sympathy from the court, as he finally realized the severity of his actions. Despite his apology, the judge in the case was unmoved, noting that Stone had shown a pattern of criminal behavior and that he posed a threat to society.
The judge handed down the maximum sentence possible. Stone pleaded guilty to all charges and was sentenced to 160 years in prison without the possibility of parole. Stone was in tears when he learned he'd spend the rest of his life in prison. Stone blamed his actions on drugs, and his show of remorse might be sincere. However, some convicts are rather shocked by their sentences.
All right, time for your flashback. Let's do the late night flashback. And it's pretty interesting today.
Flashback.
What is your latest political developments? The separation of portfolios for the parties involved in the Storm 9. We have, of course, the National Alliance, we have the USP, and we have the independent members, Brownbill and Mercelina. All indications show that they are splitting it up like a good ham sandwich. Prime Minister, National Alliance. Of course, we're hearing the name of Sylvia Jacobs for our next Prime Ministers. I believe our 9th Prime Minister? No? But 9th Cabinet. I don't know if she's the 9th Prime Minister. I don't think we had that much. So that's going to be our next Prime Minister if she passes the screening. Then we have, from what I'm hearing, pretty interesting stuff. Sharendi Doran. Sharendi is going to be our new Minister of Justice. I hope that he is better than the worst minister in St. Martin history, Cornelius de Weaver. I hope he's much better than him. Otherwise, I'll have to find a different name for him also. The Minister of Romy stays the same because Member of Parliament Chanel Brownbill, is making sure that his minister is good to go. Also, Minister of Health. They're still looking for a Minister of Health. Dr. Mercelina is the one who is responsible for that ministry. I don't know if that's the correct way to say it. Then we have the Ministry of Tiat. Will go to the wonderful people at the USP. The tallest member of Parliament, MP Bryson, wants that Tiat minister. But I'm hearing that he's not going up for that ministership. He's just going to, guide the person in that position. Also, the Minister of Education, Culture, Youth and Sports. Guess who that will be? Like the second tallest member of Parliament, and that is the one, the only Atwell Ilion. Like, the guy's a finance guy. I don't get it. Anyway, National Alliance also has the Ministry of Finance. I hear in different candidates, so I'm not gonna give you the names. I just like happy that Gibson not coming back, or maybe he is. Minister of Plenipotentiary and Deputy Minister of Plenipotentiary. Pepper's hot. Those two ministers, they're still ministers' position, even though they are not in our makeup per se. I don't know. No idea. They haven't told me those names yet. So that's going to be a bit of a toss-up, so to speak. And that's all I'm hearing for now, people. It's pretty early. All you have to leave Severia, do her formateur thing, and get the people them screened. And then afterwards, when we close to the okay, we good to go, then I'll give you the right names. But for now, those are the names that I'm hearing. And pretty interesting that Uncle William Mallon will not be going back to the Council of Ministers. I thought he would have go back just to suck it to the other Council of Ministers that are there and said, William Mallon will never be a minister again in this country. And then he's like, I'm back, bitches. All right. Also, it looks like the Storm 9 is getting a lot of balls.
Did somebody say balls? Hi, Andrew.
Vote for me.
Okay, Minister, Minister, I see that you are prepared for elections coming up.
Yes, Andrew, I am ready. Are you ready, handsome?
Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, Minister, all right. Now, as far as you running on any political party, some are saying that it's the United People's Party. Why the United People's Party?
Because up is the only way we can go, Andrew. I like up. They're good.
Okay,
They have
all
some
right.
good men there.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister.
Vote for
Minister
me,
Stuart
Andrew.
Johnson, everybody.
Vote for me, Andrew.
All right. Welcome to the Late Night Show. We have a good show for you. Slow Monday, but that's okay. Usually it picks up. It's all about the screening this week. So people, not screening, but getting the names, getting the candidates, getting the reports ready for the governor to look after it and begin the screening. So it hasn't started officially yet. However, of course, you have the members of the Storm 9 making sure that, their candidates can pass screening. Otherwise, we stuck with the ministers that we have now.
It is said that the late Mrs. Mary Georgiana Bell, late, wife of the late William Henry Bell Sr., had advised her sons that they should invest their money in property, land. They followed her advice at a very young age. In 1922, when a parcel of land became available, the two older brothers working in the Dominican Republic sent the money to their father to purchase said property. Subsequently, in 1928, another property became available, and again the two older brothers sent the money to their father to purchase this property. In 1949, when KB Estate was up for sale, the four oldest brothers, along with the first cousin, bought the property. KB Estate, then consisting of 3 plantations, namely KB, Burnt Ground, and Gardens, was acquired on February 15, 1949. The seller was Miss Leonora Rodenhuis, who was the sole heir of Mr. and Mistress Ernest von Romont. The buyers were Charles Leopold Bell for 2 nines, Mr. Leon Cyril Bell for 2 nines, Mr. Lando Alexis Bell for 2 nines, Mr. William Henry Bell for 2 nines, and their cousin, Mr. Abraham Cornelius Peters, 1 9. William Henry Bell II, named after his father, regrettably passed away less than 1 year after the purchase of the property at a very young age. In 1970, Bell Realty Corporation was established, and the property was thereafter transferred into the corporation. A number of years ago, the original board of directors of the corporation expressed the desire to place a statue in honor of their brother, William Henry Bell II. I now ask Pastor Mr. Victor Bell and Mrs. Veronica Lake Bell, the oldest surviving brother and sister of Mr. William Henry Bell II, the late William Henry Bell II, to come forward and unveil the statue.
On behalf of the Bell family, we unveil this bronze statue of Mr. William Henry Bell.
You can see that suit is close to 70 years old. And that's another pair of pants that's being hung up.
And I'm saying to the people of St. Martin, good, bad, rain, sun, in, out, we are going to hoist our flag. To use the words of the poet on the French side, "'Tis we own, 'tis we's." We have welcomed everyone to our shows. And when it's the Dominican Day, they raise their flag. When it's the Haitian National Day, they raise their flag. It's our day every day. So we will raise and hoist our flag every day.
And everybody wanted, the Dutch to intervene in St. Martin's affair. And then it ended up being the case, which I've been preaching for so long, but nobody listens because I'm just a comedian, right? The Dutch been stating many times that St. Martin is in charge of its own affairs. The government administration, once there's checks and balances in place for the government administration, not because the government fell, means necessarily that the Dutch needs to step in. I keep on preaching it, and so said, so done. The Dutch is basically saying St. Martin is in charge of its own affairs, and we should just wait and see and hold on and have faith. Specifically because the government of the Netherlands kind of fall. Like, ting, 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 down. Yeah, that's the best breaking of blocks effects I have. Ting, ting, ting. All right. Anyway, so they have their own problems to deal with. The Dutch have their own problems to deal with to try to get a government people. So St. Martin is on its own, but at least we are getting where we need to get. So, more and more I hear in different analysis. I'm hearing that, particularly about the government that we have now is crazy for calling elections, and the new government that comes in should postpone the elections and allow these members of parliament to continue with a majority in parliament and continue, right? Everybody is stating that. Most political pundits are stating that because there is no disagreement within parliament. There is no chaos in parliament. There is no deadlock in parliament. They have 9 people that want to govern this country, right? Meanwhile, this Council of Ministers, headed by Citizen Leona Marlon Romeo, decided to call elections, and elections shall come. Now, the latest is that independent member of parliament, Frankie Myers, is busy gathering some heavy hitters for his SAM group. Now, what does SAM stand for? I have no idea, but I think it's the St. Martin Action Movement, or St. Martin Actors Movement. Haha, yeah. But SAM is the new buzz. So SAM is the new buzz around everybody that is looking to join this particular. This is the latest hot ticket. Also, the group of the I really had to look at my script before I started. But anyway, the new group, the new young group that came together recently, they had a launch at the University of St. Martin. They are in the race also. And the candidates there is going to be pretty interesting. Millennials on the loose, I must say, and young adults and young professionals, they are going to be on that particular list. The old group is they're doing their thing. I'm also hearing that Tontje Bonkamper, as in Claudius Bonkamper, yes, he will be running for public office, which is pretty interesting because I know Tontje doesn't really like politics like that, but he's running, and he's running with the USP. Interesting, right? Things that make you go, Now, the Council of Ministers press briefing was today, Wednesday, and some interesting stuff happened. And I must say that I commend these ministers. No, I commend it. You know why? Because it's time for...
Good morning to the people of St. Martin and to the ministers that are present here today. Question to the Minister of Finance. It has been said that the IMF may soon come into play in St. Martin economy. Minister, if you know of this, the people are fearful because around us, the region and the world, any country that the IMF stepped in, there usually be consequences, whether lower enough of income, up with tax. They use their plan in restructuring that country. The emphasis is on a restructure. If you know of this, Minister, can you make it plain if the IMF will step in, it is pending?
Thank you, Mr. Brown, and I'm sorry if you see me smiling a little bit. You know, I don't know where this comes from.
Well, the Minister of Johnson is not here today, but I believe you can represent. But basically, the question is about the harbor. Do you know if the harbor have financial problem? And presently now, they are busy making negotiation to have a company to manage the harbor. The bottom line is because they have financial problem. So I make it easy so that at least you may know something about it.
Well, I need to let you know, Mr. Brown, that the harbor falls under the Ministry of TIAT, and so as Minister of Education, I wouldn't want to broach that subject because I'm not into it.
Smith, Constitution Day is Monday. For educational purpose, for our children, can you explain again, refresh the minds of the people what is Constitution Day? And from 10-10-10, what have St. Martin achieved? And we are still celebrating, and it will be every year. Well, we are still celebrating. So explain to the people what is Constitution Day and the reason why we should celebrate.
2019, this band came back into the mix. They was banned for how much years? They was banned for how much years?
We are banned for a lot of years.
Yeah, a whole heap of years. I can't say a lot of years. But when they came back, hold on. What happened to the bass, man? He just started in the face, man. He making sure it sound right. I understand.
G-string around.
Bassman fixing G-string.
Right now.
Hold on, the bassman is fixing his string. I know easy like to get them talks about the bassman fixing his string. The bassman picked up the puppy.
They tell me to come outside to tell you something.
Yes, ma'am.
They say, Anonymous, fight you in your tonight.
No, the girl said, you won't be gonna use, so it's yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna start out. I'm gonna start a creme fresh. Listen, do me a favor, do everybody a favor now.
Yes, ma'am.
Introduce the band.
Yes, ma'am.
Please.
Yes, miss.
Fast.
Miss.
And when you're done, come outside. I want to have a meeting.
Okay. Sweet bread in the back.
Hey, arrête, hein? Okay.
Oh, you can say arrête, but you can't say caisse d'allocation familiale.
Calf. Just don't crack me up, man.
Don't calf you up.
Hold on, somebody will fix a G-string.
Hold on, yeah. The bassman fixing his string.
Huh.
I said no.
Huh. What? We shall continue. Christian must come Samuel Titi. Christian. That gotta be a French joke. No, you understand? No. The thing is, I'm for Holland, but Holland never win. So I'm a Dutchman. Holland never win. France. What your last name is? Huh? What your last name is? Gums. My real name is Gerald Gums. Gerald Gums? Yeah, we ready? Oh, you're a twin man. You ready? But you ready? Set a riot box. Set a riot clap. Set a riot box. Okay. The band name, I don't know for how much years. When they come back, they win everything for Carnival. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Walichi Summer Festival, SXM Best Weekend. I want you to give it up right now for the St. Martin Band that took everything from them. Everything from them. Everything from them. Make some noise for the official band. Sweeter than sweet. Official massive. Yes, baby.
That is it for our Dick session, court session. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, until Monday, join us for late night again. Have a good one. And of course, stay safe out there, man. Because, yeah, it's a jungle out there.